It is indeed a new ministry, and I'm the first minister at that, because we've not had any effective sectoral supervision. Many things have been scattered and spread about. It's time for us to bring them all together and set a very clear path through which we can use to deliver on our mandate. The direction of the strategy is to ensure that we are very clear about our strategic objectives and in terms of getting access to water for all Ghanaians, and also ensuring that the sanitation situation is seriously improved. And it would be to get everybody on board, all the players, be it government, be it the private sector, be it other participating partners such as the NGOs or development partners, for them all to have their say and to make recommendations in terms of policy orientation, in terms of major actions that government should take. I think the partners are all concerned about the state in which Ghana is and do want to help. But until we all know the leadership direction that we're mapping for everybody else, they would not know what part they're going to play in that. They may be doing things that cross purposes. They may be doing things that are intended to bring benefit to the people, but may not be the sort of things that are consistent with government policy priorities. They will now be able to buy into the specific areas which they are prepared to support in, whether we're talking about material resources, we're talking about technical assistance, or any other form of support. And at the end of the day, we'll be achieving a collective objective of improving the situation in the sector. There's no question at all about the role of the local government authorities in implementation. The sector ministry that's being created by government is simply to fashion out the policy direction. The programs that will be laid out require that the local authorities now do the actual implementation, and so they are an essential part of this whole exercise. In fact, I would even go beyond the local assemblies to the community levels, where we've got electoral areas and community teams, and try to get them to do the implementation and to ensure that the benefits of the service delivery really come to the doorsteps of every citizen as much as possible. At the central level, as of now, we do not have. There are different agencies all over the country, some governmental, some non-governmental, who have done their own research and gather data in various forms, but does not all come together as a central database for government to utilize. And that's one major gap that we have on which we need capacity building. I'm aware of the likes of IRC, who have churned out so much data in so many reports on research that they've done, information they've gathered, analysis that they've undertaken. There are other organizations such as from the Dutch government, from USAID, from the World Bank, but all this is not centralized, and all this doesn't come together as coherent set of data that the government can use for policy formulation. Well, it's not a personal agenda, it's a governmental agenda, and it all drives from the leadership of the nation, in this case the president of the nation, who has found it wise to set up a sector ministry like this. And then the utterances, the policy directives that have come from our deliberations show the political will and the commitment as well for resources to be made available to us. The President has directed the Minister of Finance, who has been generous enough to give us a lot of resources for a start. And the goodwill that permeates the whole system through our development partners, through our NGOs, also excited and so happy about the creation of the sector and all willing to come in and support us. That's what gives me the confidence. And of course, I'm not new at the game in terms of politics, in terms of supervising a ministry. I mean, I know all the tricks of the game. I do have some ideas on how to go about getting support from collaborating ministries and agencies to partner with me to deliver. And so that constitutes the confidence that I have. Finally, the coincidence of our president becoming a co-manager of the SDGs along with the Norwegian Prime Minister means that we're going to be selling the sector much higher than the Ghanaian boundaries alone. And through that process, perhaps get some more support to deliver on what we're hoping we can do in this sector.